Teacher tip 80. Make your class a nice place to be. Spend time on classroom decor. When students come into a classroom, the first thing they see is going to be their first impression. So make sure that your classroom is colorful. There are lots of examples of work on the walls, maybe some topics that you will cover in class. Make it a pleasant place to be. A student's environment has an effect on how hard they will work and whether they respect their teacher and their subject. So as teachers, we should create a nice environment for them to study in. We should make it colorful, put up lots of pictures, use some of the projects that you've done before, or have perhaps some pictures of icons in your subject on the wall so that students are surrounded by the subject that you teach. It is also good for parents when they come and visit, they can see examples of what is happening in your classroom. Students should also respect their environment, so every day you should remind them to keep their area neat. Because if they respect their tables, if they respect their classroom, they will respect themselves and the subject and you. Spend a lot of time on making your classroom a nice place to be. If you have a dull classroom, it is difficult for students to find inspiration in that environment. So it's up to you as a teacher to create a beautiful classroom where students can spend their time studying, learning, and be proud of what they're putting out into the world. For you, it will also be nicer to be in a classroom like that. So make sure that your desk is neat and tidy too, and that you expect the same from your students. Teacher tip 81. Create classroom jobs. Make one of the students a host to greet adults when they enter. Have a class captain that you can give tasks to, and have someone to throw away, students to clean the class. You can change the responsibility within the class, but by giving students jobs, you are giving them a responsibility, and that will help them grow as students and as individuals. If they take these jobs seriously, they will enjoy that responsibility. You can even make a chart so that students share responsibilities and do it at different times. Great leaders delegate, and great teachers should also delegate responsibility. That way, you don't have to do all the small things. You don't have to constantly ask them to do something. So make sure you give students classroom jobs. Teacher tip 82. Rewards. Reward students with stars, opportunities to have fun, whatever they value most. You can hand out candy once a week, but I don't suggest doing it every day because then the students will just feel like they are entitled to it. I think that is a big issue we have. If you give out stars, if you give out opportunities to have fun, make sure that it's worth it and they have to work hard to get it, because a lot of students will just become entitled. They'll do something just for that reward, and of course as teachers we know that we have to build that intrinsic reason for them to be working hard. They shouldn't need rewards, but it's a nice extra for students to feel like, wow, you know what? I received something. You can make it a classroom reward, or you can make it individual rewards. It's up to you. A good idea is also to ask your students, okay, what do you value? What do you want in this class if you worked hard? Give them the opportunity to watch a movie, or perhaps read books, or do something interesting, play outside once a month. There are many different rewards that you can pick. Talk with your students, talk with other teachers, and find some interesting ways to reward them. But I want to emphasize, remember, working hard shouldn't depend on the reward, because then that's all they want. Make sure to let them understand that you want to build up that intrinsic reason for them to do it.